It's Friday, January 5th. You're listening to Your Florida Daily. I'm Katrina Scales. Serious charges for an Orange County teacher after investigators say she had sex with a former student and recorded it. Mary Jo Gordo was just indicted by a federal grand jury. Prosecutors say Gordo was the boy's 8th grade teacher in 2019, but then this year began a sexual relationship with him. They say the boy had over 24 videos on his phone showing the two engaging in sexual activity. The indictment doesn't say what school Gordo has worked at, but we've reached out to the district to find out and to get her current employment status. It's been months since the man who killed a Daytona Beach police officer was convicted of a lesser sentence of manslaughter. And now Florida lawmakers are working on a bill that would automatically sentence someone to life in prison for causing the death of a law enforcement officer. It's called the Officer Jason Raynor Act, named for the Daytona Beach officer who was shot and killed in 2021. Investigators say Raynor was searching for a stolen car when he saw Othel Wallace in one car that looked similar. He went to question Wallace, but he wouldn't comply. Wallace then shot the officer and took off. Wallace argued in his trial that he shot Raynor because he feared for his own life.
My intent was to defend myself in whatever way was possible.
Though he was charged with first-degree murder, the jury found him guilty of manslaughter, and he was sentenced to 30 years in prison. Volusia County Sheriff Mike Chitwood believes this act would make one thing clear.
If you don't like that the cop stops to investigate you because we think you're acting suspicious, you don't take matters into your own hands, put a bullet in the back of a law enforcement officer's head. You can say, screw you, I'm not talking to you, and walk away, and you're well within your rights to do that. But you can't turn around and say, I don't like your questions, and I don't like the fact that you touched me, so now I'm going to kill you.
If passed, the act would take effect on October 1st. And a big honor for one of the Orlando Magic's most famous players. The team has announced it will officially retire the number 32 in honor of Shaquille O'Neal. It will be the first time the Magic has ever retired a jersey of one of their former players. Shaq was the first overall pick in the 1992 NBA draft and spent 4 seasons with the Magic from 1992 till 1996. A special ceremony is planned after the team's home game against Oklahoma City on February 13th. Find these top stories along with breaking news, weather, and traffic all day on clickorlando.com. And now, a completely random Florida fact. In Jacksonville, there's an old brick building with the name Public School Number 4 engraved on top. It's a gigantic abandoned schoolhouse, and you can see it while driving along I-95 as you curve onto I-10. Built back in 1915, the schoolhouse was renamed Annie Lytle Elementary in 1957 in honor of a former principal. But it only stayed open for 3 more years. In 1960, it was condemned, and decades later, a fire destroyed the roof. Over the years, volunteers have tried cleaning up the historic grounds, though nature and graffiti have since taken over the building. Your Florida Daily is produced by News 6 WKMG in Orlando. I'm Katrina Scales. Subscribe for new episodes wherever you like to listen.